Hello everyone, my name is Jose Avalos, aka Dr. Logicate, and in today's video we will make a short, quick collectible challenge where you need to collect all the collectibles, like in this case I think we're gonna do gnomes, and once you collect them all the challenge is gonna be over. So the first toy you're gonna need in order to do that is in the editor we go to the Creativity Toys category and we will select the challenge maker, which will be the challenge itself. So now we will place one here. And also the second toy that we're going to be using is the collectible tracker, one that keeps track of all the collectibles in the toy box. So for that we will select it. It should be somewhere around here. It's right this one. And now let's also place some collectibles. So for that we have to go to the gameplay toys category and let's actually place some garden gnomes. Gnomes! I like these guys. So and just for simplicity's sake, we'll have 1, 2, and 3. Another toy we're going to be using for this particular challenge is a scoreboard so that we know exactly who's been winning and who's been losing and so on. So we will use a scoreboard right here. So right now we've placed all these toys, but now we actually need to connect them together. So for that we need to first tell the challenge maker, hey, use a scoreboard to keep track of results. So for that we will select the challenge maker and say new score results connection. We will select the scoreboard and also we put link score for results. Another thing we need to be careful of is that in the properties of the scoreboard we have to use play 2 and you have to change that number up to a big enough number, and that's because after it reaches 3 it's going to reset itself, so you have to be very careful about it. So now that we have those two, now we also need to configure the collectible tracker so that it keeps track of the gnomes. So for that we will select the collectible tracker and in the properties we will put collectible type, and now we have to look for the gnome. It should be somewhere around here. Teacup, jack-o'-lantern, gnome collectible. So what we will do is that when we start the challenge, we are gonna first keep track of all the collectibles, and also we're gonna start the scoreboard. So for that we will select new logic connection, and once the game has started we will activate the scoreboard. And now also we will do it so that when we start the challenge all the gnomes appear back in the game. So once the game has started we will select the collectible tracker, and reset basically means make all the gnomes appear in case that we have collected any of them. But now we actually need to keep track of who collected a particular gnome, in this case player 1 through 4, and also what happens once we have collected all the gnomes. So for that we will first go into new logic connection, and then we have collectible collected by, and we will go by player, and it will go in this case player 1, and we will use the scoreboard and say increment the score of player 1 by 1 point. And we have multiple connections created which also does the same thing for players 2, 3, and 4. And now we actually have it so that new logic connection, once the final collectible has been collected, we also complete the game. And well, now we can actually try this out. You can also configure the challenge in other properties. So for example, whether what's the name of your challenge and what are the instructions, and also if you want players to start in any vehicle. But now, because we're a little bit short on time, we will actually place these, and now we will start the challenge. So 3, 2, 1, go! The scoreboard has been active, and now if I pick up the gnome, 1, 2, and now 3 points, and the challenge is over. Now these are all the very basics on how to make a collectible challenge, but if you want more details on how to, know what all the options on the challenge maker are, or how to properly configure it even more, be sure to check out the video, the longer video, where we go through all that and much more. And well, that's it for this tutorial, and thank you for watching.